You got a little bit of a review and kind of uh, explanation of some design flaws on this Norelco Series 7000 shaver or beard trimmer. It's adjustable, which is cool and useful, but there's some pretty glaring design flaws on it. The power button here, and then you can adjust the trim size, I guess the beard length or whatever, by twisting this here. But the reason I got this was because it has this kind of little vacuum chamber, and it'll suck little small hairs in, and I love that. I love that about this thing. But the way it was designed has some real bad issues. So here you go. This is the guard here. You can remove it, and you got your blade there. But um, to empty out the hair catcher, you remove the blade itself, which okay, cool. But the drive for it is that little pin right there. You'll see it. You'll see it. And that will move the blade back and forth inside of this. Well, it catches all the hairs. Yeah, of course the thing is greased um, for reduction in friction. But it catches all the hairs on it on the grease itself whenever you empty it out. So you empty it out like that. As you can see, there's the blue parts of this the fan screen, and the exhaust for the fan is these vents right here. So it sucks it. Air gets sucked out this way or forced out that way, and then it sucks the hairs and catches them in this little cavity there. But whenever you go and clean it out, inevitably you're gonna catch a lot of the trimmed hairs or trimmings on this little greased drive bit. And whenever you put the sucker back, I mean, you either have to go and pick it out, but it also gets stuck on the inside of this the blade. And to clean it out, well, it's not. It's just not simple. You got to remove that screw right there. You got to remove that screw right there. I'll demonstrate. All right. Tiny little screw, so don't do this in the restroom. I'm sure you'll lose it. And then it slides forward here. You slide it off. There you go. You slide it forward. There's the edge there, so it slides out this way. And then there's the spring. And then I've already cleaned it out, but I mean, this thing was completely full of this little cavity there. Was completely full of hairs. And this thing here, with all the grease, well, when I removed it, well, all the grease came with the hair, so I got to re-grease it. So it's just a glaring design flaw. I wouldn't recommend this thing, even though it works really well. Great battery. I mean, it's just that. And also another thing. So whenever you put the blade on, and say you don't want to use the guard, you want to use it to trim and up close. Well, there's the edge right here, which is like the vacuum edge, will push the hairs away from the blade edge. So as you're trying to do this, all the hairs are getting pushed away from the blade, which kind of defeats the purpose of having this thing. And you can't remove that or anything like that, or raise this up. So it's just Norelco, you got some issues with this one here. I used to have one that was great. The blade was, it was a blade, and then this little here was just not there. The vacuum opening was underneath the blade and tucked underneath it, so it caught all the extra hairs. And to empty out, it had this little kind of cartridge thing. It just pulls right out, empties sucker out, and you put it in. And there was just a little screen on the bottom of the cartridge, or the container. You just kind of clips back in, and then away you go. And I had another one, another Norelco that had a little door that popped open, and you just, you know, tapped all the hairs out, and it was great too. This here is the only um, iteration that I've seen this day and age, and I'm sorry, I can't recommend it, even though everything else that I've bought from Norelco has been incredible and very, very useful. This stuff here, this thing here, just because of the design flaws, just has not been very well received or very well, very useful. So I just want to let you guys know, everybody who's interested or considering buying this thing, just consider those issues, because you can't really tell these kinds of things looking at it through the package. So just wanted to inform everyone. But you know, battery life on this thing is really, really great. You did great on that. I can't remember the last time I charged it. It's also pretty cool. You get a little indicator there, you know, of the blade, you know, the length, and I guess it's, you know, 7.5 up to 10. I think it might be millimeters, but that just pushes this blade guard up and down. But I think if you're only going to use it as a trimmer, and that'll probably work okay. You still got to deal with the cartridge or the blade cartridge cleanup issue, but it'll still work. But if you're trying to do some up close trimming, it just doesn't work all that great. Anyway, just informational to let you guys know, or who anybody else who might be interested in purchasing this thing. All right, cheers, be well. And this is the Philips Norelco beard trimmer series. Focus 7,000. Focus, damn it. There it is. Nope. Series 7,000. Anyway, thanks. Bye bye.